Hi, and welcome to Rain Conversations, the space where we reignite energy, inspiration, growth, and nourishment. I'm Dr. Crystal, and I'm here with my sister, Pam. She's a licensed clinical mental health counselor. So excited to have
Hello and welcome.
you. And if your holidays are anything like ours, they've already started to get a little loud and chaotic. And
Yes,
this is your space to regroup, reset, and remember who you are. So let's take a moment and take a breath. And if you exhale longer than you inhale, that that's a shift in itself. Is that something you learned in in your training, Pam? Uh,
absolutely. Absolutely. In the breath in is 4 seconds, the breath out is six.
yeah, and what it does is it shifts you from that adrenaline fueled fight or flight to the
Hmm.
parasympathetic rest and digest.
Yes.
So, since we're talking about the holidays today, I have a little bit of a confession. It used to be that once upon a time, whenever I would go into the holidays, I would go so rushed and tired, burnout, just feeling all sorts of craziness and carrying a lot of emotional weight, even just walking into the door. And then sometimes it would show, and sometimes it wouldn't. But man, when I would go in, I you sometimes you just feel like you don't even want to hear all the craziness and all the stuff, all the questions of, you know, when are you gonna get
What,
married
who,
and how
when,
you
how? Hmm.
what's going on in your life,
Absolutely. Yes.
or my favorite, where they stop asking you questions and just start making assumptions like, oh, I guess you just gonna be married to your job. Okay, hey, how do you too? How's your year been?
Yes. Your career or your computer,
Right.
since that's who you're with all the time. Hmm.
That's right. And when you show up already kind of depleted, every comment can feel a little sharper, a little dagger.
Yes. It is a little prick of some sort.
Every
Yes.
little every little opinion. And and nowadays sometimes those opinions are not just personal, they're also political. And
Absolutely.
and either way they could kind of feel like the
They
straw that
dig
broke the camel's back. Right.
they dig a little deeper every time.
Yes.
That's right.
But the thing that I realized is a lot of times I really wasn't overwhelmed by the people as much as I was overwhelmed by the fact that I was just coming in. I was coming in hot, coming in like
Mhm.
just already tired, exhausted, and depleted. And so I really needed a shift in the same way we talk about kind of that breath where the exhale is longer than the inhale. I also needed a little. I needed. I was waiting to exhale, right? I needed a little something to help.
Looking to let go.
Looking
Hmm.
exactly, looking to let go. And especially at a time, the time that we've been having over the past year, and rain, our wonderful little platform that we've had is entering into its year of rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's hard to believe November is no
Yes.
November sparked our year. And
Cannot believe we are already here.
I know already November. And the reason why we started rain was because the world was starting to feel a little crazy. And there's a lot of uncertainty, the political tensions, and just to kind of be an additional support, especially for women of color. And wow, what we've seen this year.
It was welcomed and needed.
Yeah, rain is definitely something that a lot of people have been giving us some good feedback that it has been helpful. And now that we're going into another holiday season where The spaces can feel a little tight.
Yes, the uncertainty is bigger and deeper.
Yes, yes. And so, um, what are your thoughts?
Well, again, I concur with all that you said in that we started Brain with the intent to have an open and welcoming level of support. But in that same breath, I say it's important that we know and understand um, how we as women, specifically women of color, how we show up,
Mm,
what we do, and understand that the intent is always to show up in our best presentation,
yeah,
even if we feel like we don't have the best presentation left in us. Um, it's always necessary to feel like we are in a place where even when the world or the situation doesn't seem welcoming, finding your place,
mm,
understanding who you are bringing to this situation, and putting her as the best presentation that you can.
yeah. So that sounds
Um,
like that might take some prep work, especially
Absolutely, absolutely, and
especially with the. Go ahead.
in that process, we have to ask ourselves what's necessary.
Mm,
What do we do when we don't do that prep work? What does it feel like? What do we see ourselves? How do we see ourselves when we don't do that prep work?
yeah,
Um, and when we don't do that prep work, are we truly bringing our best selves? Um, what is it that we are presenting
yeah,
versus how is it that we truly want to be presented?
yeah. I think,
Um,
like you were saying, it really sets you up for success, no matter what the situation, and then with the holidays, ooh, there's some added layers, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Learning to understand who we are in that moment so that we don't react so much as respond to certain
Hmm.
situations and respond in a way that promotes positivity, promotes, again, the best version of ourselves that we have in that moment. And understanding that the holidays, it can be a series of things that are happening, but in that moment, it is one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And that's all we can address. That's
Yeah.
all we can present and be present for. Um,
Yeah, and to kind of remain anchored to
abs-
who you are, no matter what room you walk into.
Absolutely. And that's where we kind of have to do our check in,
Mm-hmm.
understand what's necessary for us to be most our most powerful selves. Um, Before you enter a room, before you enter a conversation, take a moment and gather yourself. Do a grounding exercise that allows you to, again, collect the best version of you. Understand that it doesn't have to always be combative, it doesn't have to be defense. It can be you say asking yourself, gathering yourself for a conversation. If you know that you're going into a situation where you know that there is a certain person that always brings up the one thing that blows up the conversation, blows up the room,
They know
say
your
to
triggers,
yourself,
right?
that's right, that person, say to yourself, I want to take a moment and pause because I want to be the best version of me in this moment.
Yeah.
Regardless of what I hear, regardless of what that moment of response is, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to let go of what I know will be a negative response and react in a better way. Be a better version of myself. Understand what my emotional state is right now and what may be draining or distracting me from being the best version of myself, and understand who I am and who I truly want to present in that moment.
Yeah, I love that, and I think you've given uh, some good tools that can be
Yes.
utilized in the moment. I think I heard you say, um, maybe question one might be, what am I feeling right now? Right.
Yes.
If I just asked myself that a couple of times before I walked into some of those rooms, I probably would have realized I was already on edge, right? Before
Identify
I even walked in. Yeah.
identify that emotion, know what's happening, and understand what is the best response for you in that moment, given what you're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the next question would
Understand
be, yeah, go ahead.
what's draining or distracting me.
Mm-hmm.
When we walk into a room, we take everything and everyone that has affected us up to that moment. But do we need to present everything and everyone? Usually not. But it's important that we get that feeling of control of ourselves, and then understand what do we need in that moment to feel steady, to feel calm, to feel as though we can present ourselves in the best light in the moment, regardless of the little daggers that are coming for us when we walk into the room.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to take some people in small doses. And so
Absolutely.
taking a break, walking outside, you know,
Mm-hmm.
what sounds like around this area is going to be some cool, crisp air for
Yes.
holiday
Kind
season
of, kind,
coming up.
kind of like fall. Yes. Mm-hmm. Taking
Take
a
five
moment
minutes.
and step outside, take a deep breath, take in that cool air and allow it to fill your lungs, and be present in that moment,
Yeah.
and understand when you return to your situation, to your circumstance, that you are the best version of you in that moment.
Yeah, and that grounding breath that you talked about before, just kind of taking that moment of 4 seconds in for the inhale and
Yes.
6 seconds to exhale.
Mm-hmm.
And now that can, just kind of
Change,
shift the
change.
energy. Exactly.
Exactly, exactly. If no one else has, absolutely allow it to shift your energy,
Mm.
because it matters.
And if that's not enough, take a walk.
It's right. And take another breath.
Yes.
One, yes, one breath might do the job, but if you know yourself and you know that it isn't enough, take a few more moments,
Hmm.
because it matters.
That's right. That's right. And it's important to protect your peace. And
Absolutely.
and as you said before, what's actually draining you, what's distracting you may not be that person that's that's got the
That
opinion or the comment.
situation. Mhm.
It's
Right.
something else. And so really acknowledging that, and then giving yourself permission to just kind of sit in your humanity and just be, um, you know, give yourself what you need
Yes.
in that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm. Sometimes we have to be the supplier of the
Hmm.
things that we most need.
That's right.
You
And so
tell.
centering yourself is a great strategy. That grounding is so very important.
Mhm.
But also it allows you to be able to, be able to continue to be connected to yourself as you walk through different doors and deal with different situations. And so,
Tell yourself what you need to hear.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So as you go through your holiday season, you deserve to show up as a whole woman, your whole self. You deserve to have peace before the party, during the party, and after the
After the party.
party.
That's right.
And so, as you mentioned, throughout, this is not just about the um, uh, showing up for others; it's also showing up for yourself.
That's right.
And any last thoughts, Pam?
Always do what is most important. Take care of you, because if you don't, who will?
Yes. I love that, Pam. Thanks for joining us today for our rain conversation. Hopefully this
Absolutely.
helped.
And hopefully you feel as if the rain information has provided you with the strength that you need to straighten your crown a little better.
Ah, yes. And with that, we wish you well. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.